Hey everyone! Today we're jumping into a topic that, let's be honest, affects every single one of us who's ever been online. We're talking about netiquette, the unwritten rules of the internet. So let's just start with a question we've all asked ourselves, right? Why do arguments online get so intense? You've seen it, I've seen it. A tiny disagreement in the comments section just spirals into this massive, nasty flame war. It's exhausting and it happens all the time. Well, what if I told you there's actually a name for the solution to all that chaos? That's what we're digging into now. What is netiquette and how can it help us fix things? At its heart, it's pretty simple. Netiquette is exactly what it sounds like, a mashup of the words network and etiquette. Basically, it's the rule book for how to be a decent human being online, just like etiquette guides how we act in person. And we're not just talking about being polite in a forum. This covers the whole shebang. It's a set of guidelines for everything. Your work emails, your private chats, what you post on social media. It's all about creating a space that's respectful, safe, and even professional when it needs to be. And get this isn't some new idea. The term Netiquette actually started popping up way back in the early 90s. As soon as people started flocking to email and online forums, they realized, whoa, okay, this digital Wild West needs some ground rules. So it literally grew up right alongside the internet itself. Okay, so we've got the history down. Now let's get to the good stuff, the practical tools you can actually use. Think of these as your digital toolkit, the golden rules for surviving and thriving online. Honestly, if you remember just one thing from this whole conversation, let it be this. Think before you post. Seriously. That tiny pause, that one moment you take to consider what you're about to send out into the world, it can save you from so much trouble. It is absolutely everything. Let's look at a quick cheat sheet here. The do's and the don'ts. The do's are pretty much common sense, right? Be polite, try to use decent grammar so people can understand you, stay on topic. The don'ts are just as critical. Don't be a bully, don't spread fake news, and for goodness sake, respect people's privacy. And speaking of don'ts, here's one that deserves its own moment in the spotlight. You know what I'm talking about, right? Typing in all caps. It just feels aggressive. In the unspoken language of the internet, it's literally the equivalent of someone shouting right in your face. All right, enough with the theory. How does this stuff actually play out day to day? Let's break it down and see how netiquette works on the platforms we're all using every single day. First up, let's talk about email. Yeah, it's classic, but it's also where good or bad netiquette can literally make or break a job opportunity or an important professional connection. So how do you master your inbox? It's pretty simple, really. Have a clear subject line so people know what you're talking about. Know your audience. Be formal when you need to be. Oh, and please don't be that person who spams everyone on a reply all. And the golden rule, proofread. Always, always proofread before you hit send. Okay, now let's wade into the wild, often chaotic world of social media. The rules are just as vital here, but everything is way more public and moves at lightning speed. When you're scrolling through your feed, it all comes down to a few key things. Respect that other people have different opinions, even if you totally disagree. Please do a quick fact check before you share something that sounds outrageous. And obviously, cyberbullying is a huge no-go. Just remember, what you put out there, it can be online forever. Be mindful of that. And that brings us to our last point, which is maybe the most important one. This goes beyond just being polite to others. It's about protecting yourself. Let's talk about online safety. This is netiquette for you. Look, don't post your phone number or home address where everyone can see it. Use strong, unique passwords. And no, password 123 doesn't count. Be super skeptical of weird links someone sends you, and if you see something sketchy, use that report button. That's what it's there for. So, we've covered what it is, how to do it, and where it applies. But why? Why does any of this really matter? Let's talk about the payoff, because there definitely is one. The upsides are huge, truly. When you practice good netiquette, you build better relationships, both online and off. Your communication becomes so much clearer. You build a positive digital reputation, and maybe most importantly, you're doing your part to make the internet a little bit safer and a little less toxic for everyone. So I guess I'll just leave you with this one question. Every single time we post or comment or send a message, we are literally building the internet. It's not some abstract thing out there. It's a community that we are all creating together, right now. So the question is, What kind of internet do you want to create?